went to the animal fair, the birds and the bees were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of the bunk and slid down the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, but what became of the monkey? Hello! Hi! Welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, how are you all today? Are you all having fun? Are things going well? Is your day a good day? Yes? Good. Well, that probably means that you woke up at the right time, as the sun's rays streamed in through your bedroom window, onto your face, into your eyes, waking you up. Nicely. Not harshly, but nicely. And after that, you probably got out of bed, scratched your head, rubbed the sleep from your eyes, and wandered into the bathroom, taking care not to stub your toe on the bedroom door, because we all know how painful that can be, don't we? Yes, and after that, you probably opened the shower door, stepped inside the shower, closed the door behind you, and had a refreshing hot or maybe cold shower. And after you'd washed yourself, and perhaps washed your hair too, then you probably stepped out of the shower, grabbed or took a towel from the towel rack, dried yourself with it, and started to make yourself ready for the day. You have to clean your teeth, obviously, because first thing in the morning, as everyone knows, as every single person on the planet knows, every person wakes up with zombie dog breath. Yes, when you wake up in the morning, your breath smells like a zombie dog. And that's a worse smell than a homeless dinosaur's armpit. So you can all imagine what it's like. So, the first thing you do after your shower is brush your teeth. And then, when your teeth are clean and sparkling like a Hollywood commercial for toothpaste, then you can get dressed and start to make breakfast. A big, heavy breakfast, fried eggs or an omelette, some French toast and sausages, perhaps, or maybe something light, a croissant and some coffee, perhaps. Or perhaps you rushed out of the door so that you could get to work or school in time. And for those of you who had breakfast, I hope you brushed your teeth before you left the house. It's no good brushing your teeth to get rid of zombie dog breath first thing in the morning if you forget to brush your teeth after you eat your breakfast. Sausage and onion breath is almost as bad as zombie dog breath. All right. So you all managed to wake up, and get out of the house today. Good. And now, here we all are, back in the studio, ready to get started on some more English. So, what were we talking about yesterday? Oh, yes, of course. Yesterday, we had another quick look at the idea of a hangover, didn't we? We looked at the two ways that we can use to say that someone is feeling a bit unwell as a result of drinking too much alcohol the night before. We can either use have or have got to talk about possession, the same way that we can use have or have got to talk about when we're ill. It's the same form. We use have, or the more informal have got, and then add a noun. It could be something like a sore throat, or a cold, or a blocked nose, or an earache, or a hangover. All we have to do is pick, or choose, or select the correct form of the verb for the subject we're talking about. Now, if we're using the verb to have, then we remember that we have to be careful with which subject. You do remember, don't you? Yes, that's right. The verb to have is irregular, and that means, in the present simple tense, we have to be careful with the third person singular form. All of the other subject forms are the same, have, but when we're using a subject in the third person singular, then the verb to have changes to has. I have, you have, he, she, it has. We have, you have, they have. All right, well, that's not very difficult, is it? No, not really. And what about if we decide to use the have plus got form, which, as we know, means the same thing but is slightly more informal? Some people use this form, some people use have. There's no difference in meaning. Now, what happens when we want to use have plus got with different subjects in the present simple? That's right, we start with the subject, as usual, follow with the correct form of the verb to have, and then add got to the end. Normally, usually, we abbreviate or shorten the first part. We join the subject to the part of the verb to have, using an apostrophe to show that some letters are missing. Just like we did with rock and roll, and just like those hard men of rock, Guns N' Roses, don't do. They're so hard that they only use one apostrophe. Blimey! Zounds! Crikey! But I know that I'm not as hard as they are, so I use apostrophes correctly. I have got, I've got, you have got, you've got. He, she, it has got, he's got, she's got, it's got. We have got, we've got. You have got, you've got. They have got, they've got. So, as we all remember, it's not difficult. All we have to do is remember that the third person singular form changes. It's not have got, but has got. That's all. All right, and then, what do we do next? We've got the subject, we know who we're talking about, we've got the correct form with either have or have got, so what now? Well, now we have to add the noun that we need. If we're talking about someone owning something, something that belongs to that person, then we say what that thing is. Elvis has got a new car. I've got 400 forints. Ralph has got big ears, like an elephant. Now, that's not fair. They're actually bigger than an elephant's ears. They're huge. And we follow the same form when we're talking about someone being ill. She's got a headache. They have stomach problems. We've got hiccups. And just like this, we follow the same pattern when we're talking about someone who's feeling bad because they drank too much alcohol. We use have or have plus got, and just like with the other examples, we add the noun we want to talk about to the end. A hangover. He's got a hangover. They have hangovers. You've got a hangover. All right. So that's the first way that we can say that someone's feeling ill as a result of drinking too much. But we can say the same thing in a different way too, can't we? Yes. As we all remember, we can use an adjective, hungover. And when we want to use the adjective, how do we do it? Yes, that's right. When we want to use the adjective hungover, then we have to use the verb to be, followed by the adjective. So, that's simple enough, isn't it? All we have to do is make sure that we know how to conjugate the verb to be in the present simple or the past simple. And we do, don't we? Of course we do. I am, I was. You are, you were. He, she, it is. He, she, it was. We are, we were. You are, you were. They are, they were. So, we take the correct form of the verb to be. Depending on the subject, it's going to be am, is, or are when we're making a sentence about the present. And if we're talking about something which happened in the past, then the correct form will be was or were, depending on the subject we're using. After that, it's very simple. All we have to do is add the adjective we need. And what adjective are we talking about now? Yes, that's right, hungover. Either we have a hangover or we are hungover. If we want to talk about the past, then we either use the past simple form of the verb to have, and what's that? Correct, a-doodle-doo. Have becomes had in the past simple. So, we can use the past simple form of the verb to have, had, to make a sentence about a hangover someone had in the past. Alfredo drank too much wine on New Year's Eve. The next morning, he had a hangover. Okay, so that's one way that we can do it, but there's another way too, isn't there? Yes, we can use the adjective hungover with the verb to be. So again, we can use it in the present. Alfredo drank too much last night. Now he's hungover. And if we're talking about the past, Alfredo drank too much beer on my birthday. The morning after my birthday, he was hungover. Now, we're talking about drink. And what else do we think of when we're thinking about drink? Yes, that's right. Food and drink. They go together like thunder and lightning, fish and chips, cups and saucers, and many other things. And as we discussed yesterday, one of the things that we often do at this time of the year, between Christmas and New Year, is eat and drink more than usual. And what does this lead to? Yes, we start to look like Farmer Plowman has been fattening us up, don't we? We put on weight. Not like Farmer Plowman's geese and pigs, obviously. Well, I hope not. But even so, even if someone hasn't fattened us up, it normally happens that we step onto the scales, the things that tell us how many grams or kilos something is. We have kitchen scales in the kitchen, which we use when we're measuring food for baking. And then we have bathroom scales, a set of scales we keep in the bathroom, or sometimes in the bedroom, which are larger and stronger than our kitchen scales. Bathroom scales are the ones we stand on to find out how many kilograms we weigh, to find out and track or monitor our weight. So, as I was saying, after things have calmed down, after the New Year's party hangover has faded into the past, then we step onto the bathroom scales and, oh God! We realize that we've put on a few extra kilos. Oh no. Now what? Well, think about it. What do people normally do at the start of a new year? Yes, that's right. Lots of people make New Year's resolutions at the start of the new year in January. They resolve or decide or make their mind up to do something or to stop doing something in the new year. This is the time when people go to their local gym and buy a membership. This is the time when people dig out their old running shoes and tell their family that they're going to run a marathon this year. And this is the time when people decide or make their minds up or resolve to stop doing things which are bad for them and start doing things which make them healthier. This is the time when lots of people make resolutions to stop smoking, for example, or to stop drinking, or stop drinking so much. This is the time when people promise themselves that they're going to live healthier lives with less alcohol and less food. They're going to get fit and lose weight. They're going to make sure that they feel good and they look better. All right. And on that very positive note, it's time for us to leave each other. Yes, that's right. It's the end of the lesson. It's time for me to go home and start dieting. And it's time for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. So, I need to lose weight, and I also need to exercise more. Tomorrow, we'll have another look at the idea of New Year's resolutions. But for now, our time is up. And it's time to turn the lights and cameras off. It's time for us to all head out the door. But don't worry. We'll be back on your screens before you know it. And tomorrow, as I said, we'll pick up from where we left off with another look at New Year's resolutions. Okay, people, have fun, and have another coffee. Remember to enjoy yourselves, and also remember to check out www.mediaclick.hu. That's 2 Ks. Well, 3 if we're being 100% accurate. Right, I'm off. Have fun. See you later. Bye.